Here we go. Lined up then, ready to race. And away they go. Cardem had the blindfold whipped off at the last minute and will be held up here for the Coolmore, Wootton, Bassett, Nunthorpe Stakes Group 1. Living the Dream, pink jacket over on the far side, off to a good start. Highfield Princess in that far side group as well. Macca over there and Regional. Down the near side, that's the 2-year-old Big Evs leading a little cluster there, leading from Equality. Right up next to the rail then is Aesop's Fables. Bradsell is just behind the leading pack with Dramatized, T-Spirit and Twilight Calls buried away by Frankie. Over on the far side still Living the Dream, showing a lot of pace from Highfield Princess, and Queen Me coming there with Makarova. Regional's under a bit of pressure. Bradsell's coming into the race quite stylishly. They're already down to the final furlong here. Spread across the track, Living the Dream, a real trailblazer. He's awash with sweat, but by golly, he's flying. They're all queuing up behind though. Highfield Princess beginning to gather herself. Can they get to Living the Dream? And Sean Kirrane looks like going to be an all-the-way win, and a surprise at Nunthorpe. Living the Dream wins it from Highfield Princess. Bradsell tight there with Makarova and Regional for the minor placings. Cardem on their heels, never nearer.
I can't believe it. I'm just so grateful. This is amazing. Everything happens for a reason. We didn't get a good luck at Deauville and we swerved America to come here, and it looks like he's going out there now with the ticket. What a fantastic ride as well, and wow, thank you.
What's this going to mean to you and your team?
It's going to mean everything. This is a horse we've had so much fun with and so much, faith in, and just getting him to put his head down and get on with it. He's been fantastic. The guys are working so hard at the moment, and it's just brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
How many horses do you have? Tell everybody at home.
We're 46. Yeah. Sit around 50. I know all of them, and that's important. And this has been with us from yearling. He's been, what a journey.
And the rain came at the wrong time just before the Palace House, because he was doing a very similar thing. So you must have thought, a slick racecourse, slick conditions, I've got a chance here. Did you dare to dream?
I never thought it was possible to win it. I never thought it was possible to win it. We were just so happy for 6 places. We were laughing and joking about, the place betting and how skinny it was. And lo and behold, it should have been the win. Mark.
Tell me you had something on the win as well.
I had nothing. Oh my God.
I suppose you don't really care though.
No. Steve and Jolene have been great. Lils, who looks after him, she's been with him from the beginning. Everything. This is just, money does not matter. That is amazing. I've had a Group 1 winner. I can't believe it.
And now you're going to the Breeders' Cup?
I think so.
Why not?
Definitely.
Because he's got gate speed, and you think he can threaten the American horses on gate speed?
I think he's £10 better on a turning track. That's a big statement, but I do. I think he gets that position, and then he can get a breather. On these straight courses, he doesn't get a breather, but he's just nicked enough today. Oh, amazing.
And so did you choose to come here instead of the Delmar Group 3 that you were talking about?
Yes, basically the costings. We're not wealthy. We're not a big yard. Or Steve and Jolene are great owners, but they're not the high tiers. And it was just too expensive to go out there. And the entry was in. So
just move you out of the way of Adam just receiving the congratulations from Jason Hart, who is on board Highfield Princess. But as it turns out, as you say, everything happens for a reason, and you've ended up in the right place at the right time.
That's it. Yeah. Thank you.
I'm going to let you go and enjoy it, Adam. And at one point today, it's going to sink in.
Maybe next week.
Congratulations, Adam.
Thank you, everyone.
Sean Kirrane is ruining having not had a haircut for this interview, but I don't think that matters because he's just won the Group 1 Nunthorpe on Living the Dream, which is exactly what you're doing. How are you feeling right now?
Excellent. Look, it's a surreal feeling, to be honest with you. I couldn't lie to you. I could say with a degree of certainty, it's not really sunk in yet, so it just feels like winning another race. But the feeling coming into the last 50 yards, when I realised, I could hear the cracks of whips behind me, and I realised nothing was going to come to me. It's a surreal experience. It's nothing I've ever felt before, and a massive amount of credit has to go to the horse. How much has he stepped up this year? It's been an incredible journey for all of us. I've got to thank the owners for keeping me on him. Obviously, let's not be around the bush. There would have been ample opportunities and many phone calls for them to put other jockeys on, and they've stuck with me. I suppose at this level I'm relatively inexperienced, but for them to maintain the faith in me has been invaluable and massive for me, and as well as Adam. They've maintained the faith in Adam too, and he's produced this horse here brilliantly in top form to win today. He needed the run out in France when he got beat in a listed race. He'd had a month off before, and it just brought him forward perfectly for today. So a massive amount of credit has to go to Adam too.
This is a horse that you know inside out, and you must have thought fast track, 5 furlongs, slick conditions. If he comes back to the form of the Palace House, you must have been coming here today thinking, I've got a squeak here.
Yeah, look, I mean, every time you go out on him, you quietly fancy him because he's so effective on a fast 5. And York is, it can really play into the hands of front runners on this ground at any trip, really. And it's no secret really how we ride him. We like to nick lengths out the gates and ride him nice and aggressively, and he's got a turn of foot as well as all that to take them off their feet in the closing stages of the race. But I probably kept him on the bridle longer than I ever have today because simply nothing really came to me inside the furlong pole. So, and when I took him off it, he found another gear again. So it's massive amount of credit has to go to the horse. What a performance,
He is the perfect horse for these conditions and for this race, isn't he, actually?
Absolutely, of course. He's, as I said to you, it's York. The ground out there is lovely and fast, and he really skips across the top of it. He's got that fast ground action, and to cruise at such a high speed and find a turn of foot off the back of it is amazing. He's obviously a seriously talented animal.
And now Adam's talking about going to America. It'd be amazing if you could go too.
Well, I'd probably have to get in the sauna and lose a couple of pounds to ride him over there. But yeah, look, that would really suit him as well. He's won around Chester, he's won around Lingfield. He was good today, but he's even better with a bend. So, if they brought him out there off the back of this, he'd be seriously competitive,
Let's talk about you and your background. Tell everyone how you got into riding.
Well, I've got no background in horses and no background in racing, really. I live about 10 minutes walking distance from Leopardstown Racecourse back home, where I'm originally from in Dublin, and my parents used to bring me there to watch the racing as a child, and I got the interest in horses and racing from there. And I had lessons on ponies and all that when I was very young, but I got my first ever opportunity to ride out at Willie Mullins's when I was 15, and I took my first apprentice license out with Johnny Levins on the Curragh when I was 17 or 18, while I was still in school, and I got the love of it from there, and once I had my first couple of winners, I knew this is what I wanted to do, and then this is what I wanted to pursue, and that's why I came to England to chase it.
Tell me about how a boy with that background manages to ride out for Willie Mullins as the first job.
That in itself was just a chance contact I had through my uncle. He knew someone who got me a riding out job there, and that's just where I learned to ride a racehorse. That's where I learned the ropes of it all, and that was the very start of it. It started from there, but I say I'll use the old cliche that I got bitten by the bug from there, and here we are, I suppose. So.
But there could be some kids here today who have just seen you deliver that in the Nunthorpe, who have no background in racing and might get into riding and be inspired by that, don't you think?
Yeah, absolutely. I suppose I should probably bear the flag for that and try and express it. Anyone can do it. It's not all just about raw talent. It's a skill that can be learned, and if anybody has an interest, they're more than entitled to go for it and give it everything they've got. And you could even end up here one day. It's just one of those things,
And tell me about when you struck out from Ireland to Britain. Was that because the fixture list is smaller in Ireland, it's hard to get a toe hold when you're just trying to start off?
Yeah, look, I had a conversation with my boss at the time, Johnny Levins. I think he had about 25 or 30 horses in training at the time, and his stable jockey was Donal O'Connor. Obviously, I was a 10-pound claimer over there actually when we had this conversation, and he thought, that when I'd finished my A-levels that I was leaving school and this is what I wanted to do, that there would be more opportunity for me over in England with as you said, the bigger fixture list. There's just more horses, more trainers, more racing, and more opportunity for jockeys, so that's why I came over here.
And it has very much worked out for you, teaming up here with Adam West, and you are living the dream personified. Many congratulations, Sean. I hope you go on to bigger and better things from it, or more things like this, perhaps, is a better way of putting it. Congratulations.
Thanks very much, Lily.
Thank you.
Cheers.
There is Shoshana Cooksley-Tanner, who is really proud of living the dream. She is the groom. She also has her apprentice licence. And I know, from having media trained her for her apprentice licence course, that this horse, Shoshana, is your obsession.
I live, breathe, living the dream every day.
Isn't it amazing?
I can't describe the feeling, it hasn't hit me yet.
I remember you describing the Palace House and your frustration that the rain came just at the wrong time, because he was in that kind of mood then as well, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was on form, everything, and obviously today he's got his mojo back.
Tell me what he's like to look after.
He's such a gentleman. He has a bit of a quirk, he can be a bit grumpy, but I love him. He's so well, he's so good, he's so behaving.
And talk about, we're heading out, okay. And talk about, your dedication to him as well, because I know the hours that you put into him.
Yeah, I wake up in the morning and he's the first horse that I sort out. And
I shall follow you.
Mock him out every morning. He's always on my lot. If I have a day off, I'll come in and just ride him, whether I'm ill or not.
And that's the dedication that goes towards putting a Group 1 winner in the yard.
Yeah, definitely. Everyone has their favourites, and I've been lucky to have this one so early on in my career.
And what's it going to mean to everybody in the yard?
Ecstatic. Everyone loves him, and obviously for us in Epsom to have a Group 1 winner.
Absolutely.
Hopefully puts us back out there.
Okay, superb job, Shoshana. Great to speak to you. You're a Group 1 winning groom.
Watch live racing now on racingtv.com.